When people talk about inner power, most underestimate how real energy feels when it stops leaking and starts rising. There comes a moment in every person's life when discipline isn't just a choice, it becomes a war. A war between the person you were and the person you're becoming. The moment you decide to stop giving your energy away through impulse and instant pleasure, something shifts. Something ancient, something primal. The air feels heavier, your awareness grows sharper, and suddenly the world feels like it's watching you. Hold on, before we unlock the real power of semen retention, hit that subscribe button and join our Telegram channel, link in description. We drop daily wisdom, success tools, and energy secrets only shared there. Don't watch from the sidelines, become part of the movement. Energy retention is not just about holding back a physical release, it's about reclaiming something that was always yours, but hidden beneath distraction. The first few moments of discipline feel quiet, almost too quiet, like the world is waiting to see if you're serious. But make no mistake, the moment you stop feeding your old habits, resistance awakens. Not from outside, but from the deepest corners of your mind. Imagine this clearly. One day you stop doing what you always did. No more mindless indulgence. No more surrender to desire. No more empty rituals draining your vitality. Suddenly your body feels different. Your thoughts feel different. You feel like a furnace instead of a candle, burning stronger, brighter, more intensely. That shift creates a tension, and that tension is where the story begins. At first, it feels strange. You're calmer, but inside there's a storm. You're focused, but there's a pull trying to drag you backward. The world seems to react. People look longer. Some become curious. Some become uncomfortable. Some feel drawn to you without knowing why. This is the beginning of what ancient cultures called the rise of the inner flame. When retention begins, the mind awakens. You start to hear thoughts you once drowned out with entertainment, lust, and distraction. Doubt whispers, temptation calls. Old habits try to claw their way back to life. But beneath all of it, there is strength. A strength you forgot you had. And now, something else happens. Your energy, once scattered, begins to concentrate. You feel it in your spine, your breath, your heartbeat. Your presence grows heavier. Your silence becomes louder. And here is where the metaphor becomes real. Old patterns do not vanish quietly. They resist. They fight. They want control. This battle isn't supernatural. It is psychological warfare. When you withdraw from impulsive release, you break a cycle your brain has repeated thousands of times. The brain hates uncertainty, so it challenges you. It tests you. It tries to restore the old rhythm, the rhythm of weakness disguised as comfort. That tension can feel like confrontation, like something doesn't want you to change. And in a way, that's true. The weaker version of you wants to survive. The version that seeks temporary comfort cannot exist if discipline becomes absolute. The voice in your head whispering, "Just give in once," isn't harmless. It is the voice of the past trying to stay alive. As energy rises, something else rises with it: awareness. You see clearly the distractions designed to steal your focus. You recognize how desire once led you by the throat. You realize how much time and life force was spent without thought. And this realization creates a turning point. The world around you begins reacting differently because now you carry something rare: self-control. People can feel it without understanding it. Some respect it, some fear it, some envy it. Your aura, not mystical, but psychological, becomes dense and magnetic. Eye contact becomes piercing. Your posture shifts. The way you walk no longer asks permission. It declares direction. Some will admire that. Some will challenge it. Some will try to break it just to prove it was temporary. That resistance is not proof of failure, it is evidence of transformation. Nothing tries to stop someone who isn't moving forward. Resistance rises only when you rise. And when your attention journey continues, something powerful happens. You stop acting out of impulse and start acting from intention. You no longer seek pleasure, you decide when it is allowed. You no longer chase people, presence draws them to you. You no longer beg for attention, silence earns respect. At this stage, temptation becomes more intense, not because you are weak, but because you are finally strong enough to matter. The final test of discipline isn't whether you can begin, it's whether you can maintain momentum when every part of your old identity tries to resurrect. Retention gives you a mirror. In that mirror, you don't just see who you are, you see who you could be. The potential version of yourself doesn't speak softly. It demands that you rise. It demands sacrifice. It demands that your inner fire becomes bigger than your desire for temporary relief. Many misunderstand this stage. They think the pressure means they're failing. But pressure means you are close to breakthrough. It means the old patterns are losing their power. The discomfort you feel isn't punishment, it's transition. It is the cracking of a shell too small for who you are becoming. Your confidence begins to grow not because of achievements, but because of mastery over yourself. You see temptation and choose discipline. You feel urges and choose purpose. The mind once controlled by impulse now bows to willpower. That reversal is the true meaning of strength. Your energy becomes concentrated intention. Your eyes sharpen. Your thoughts deepen. Your goals become clearer. You stop chasing dopamine and begin chasing destiny. Something inside whispers, "This is who you were meant to be." People sense this shift. Conversations change. Interactions change. The way the world responds to you changes. Some will be inspired. Some will be intimidated. Some will attempt to provoke you just to see if your strength is real. And you remain centered. Because discipline isn't loud, it is rooted. It does not need approval. It does not need applause. It does not need validation. It stands unshaken because it comes from within, not reaction. There comes a moment in retention where you realize something powerful. You are no longer fighting urges. The urges are fading. The internal voices that once begged for attention now grow weak and unfamiliar. What once controlled you now dissolves under the weight of your intention. This is the moment where power becomes identity. Not something you practice, but something you embody. You don't resist temptation, you outgrow it. You don't fight distraction, your purpose is too strong for it to matter. This is where confidence becomes presence, not arrogance. Not ego. Simply certainty. A quiet, unshakable knowing. I am in control of myself. If this video gave you real value, tap the thanks button. Your support helps me keep creating deeper content like this. Every thanks is a spark that keeps this mission alive. Your support means more than you know. And that is the point. Retention leads you to a version of yourself that no longer survives life, but shapes it. Your journey isn't about perfection. It's about reclaiming the energy that fuels greatness, the discipline that builds character, the awareness that awakens potential, the strength that turns desire into direction. When you rise to this version of yourself, everything changes, not because the world shifts, but because you do. And when that happens, nothing, not temptation, not distraction, not doubt, can stop the evolution already in motion.